Okay, welcome everybody. Today we've got the, see if I can find the logo over here, Battle Force 2000 Vector Jet. This series was sort of my last hurrah into toys. And to get back then, it was, once you hit that 11, 12, 13-year-old range, you were sort of expected to move on to adult stuff. I don't know what we were supposed to do in 3 years before we could drive, but I do remember it was sort of, you know, you were sort of peer pressured into not being a toy person anymore. This one, basically, there are 6 vehicles. I think I still have 3 of them. And you took parts off of them and they formed together to form a fortress. And as I think I've got enough of the pieces to make a rudimentary representation of it. I don't, like I say, I've lost 3 of the vehicles, but I've got pieces of the other 2. But for right now, we're working on looking at this one. Detachable gun turret, so you could sort of set it off and let it do its, you know, and he could fly off and fight the bad guys, I guess. And these, I gotta say, this vehicle feels, well, I'm not lined up, not great in the hand. It's not, it seems like it's a much cheaper version. I mean, just really low rent plastic pieces. These are just sort of, it's literally just tabs. There's no closure. Like I say, you can see the plastic tabs holding the landing gears in place there. Missiles are pretty standard G.I. Joe stuff to clip on with those little holes. Back in the day, I didn't notice this stuff. I have lost. That's the one piece I've lost off this one, was one of the wheels. But but hold it today, even compared to the other vehicles I've used, this doesn't feel good in the hand. Probably because they were moving away from realistic military hardware to this imagination stuff. 'Cause I gotta say, this shape doesn't look like it would fly. But and definitely not enough engine to propel it, even if it would. Sort of fun, you know, like it's cool looking, fun, but not really, you know, like I say, not realistic. The gimmick on these were, you know, they were the future technology, and so they had, and for some reason they'd had all these vehicles, but you had to buy the figures separately to pilot them. And that's even in, I've got the instructions I'll show you here in a second so you can see. But this is Maverick. They didn't steal that from Top Gun or nothing, did they? But file name Thomas P. Kiley, pilot, birthplace Ida Grove, Iowa, grade 03, captain. Maverick graduated at the top of his class from the Air Force Academy and promptly volunteered for every experimental program that came down the line. Consequently, he is one of the few pilots qualified to operate the entire range of multifunction programmable keyboard controls, voice-actuated weapon systems, and open-loop biocybernetic situations analysis computers. He has the physical strength to withstand massive G-forces and the reflexes of a gymnast and the clarity of eyesight that reads off the scale. He's a natural flyer. He can't remember a time when he wasn't flying. Honest. You see, his mom flew a crop duster all across the Corn Belt. An old Stearman biplane. This was way back before daycare, right? She'd just strap him, hand him a water gun and a jelly sandwich, and take off a day of dusting ballworms. But that's his card. I don't have that. I had to pull that up off Yojo.com, not Yojo, Joepedia, something. I found it where I think that one's off eBay. But let's see. You know, swivel arm battle grip. Got this, you know, of course, it's future fighter, so he's got to have the silver. Standard, you know, looks like he got, I don't know if they, let me bring you on in. Looks like they sort of threw some, I don't know if you can, it even show up here, sort of circuitry into his clothing. Or something to represent circuitry, I guess. A little bit better here next to, yeah, there you sort of see the traces going around there. Had the flight helmet, and his eyes never lined up in it for more than a couple of seconds. I remember I tore a little piece of black paper and stuffed it in there to make it a black visor. And I've been trying to figure out, since I pulled these guns out, these guys out of storage, whose sidearm was this. But on that same eBay listing, it had this terribly aligned. I mean, of course, like I say, it sort of goes off to the side. even if you move him past the trigger there, it doesn't. He's not shooting straight. I guess that's why he's a pilot. But this, you know, this goes in. Like I say, you gotta tuck him in like this, get him into the cockpit, and even then you gotta make really fiddly to get adjusted to close it down. There he goes. But I say it's one thing. I don't have the fond memories of hours of playtime with this one, like I said, because you know, it was at the end of my collection. I might put these on upside down. Are there? No, there's no details on it. I don't understand why they even made these functional hatches. You can't store anything in there. There's no real details to look at, but other than it just sort of looks different to have that. But there's all of that. I'll put the gun. Oh yeah, like I say, the canopy did open so you could have a gunner. That was a good place to store his gun. And also, like I was saying, I have got part of the box. He was worth 3 flag points. Obviously a picture of the prototype, because the gunner's bubble is solid and it's a yellow instead of orange. And here's the 6 vehicles I was telling you about. Let's see, I've got the Dominator and the Eliminator. And I've got the Dominator and the Marauder. I've got pieces of these other 3. So I think, like I say, there's the what's the fort, future fortress, sort of supposed to look like. Sort of, and I say, and it doesn't go together strong. It sort of lays there. They don't snap together or wedge together or anything. They're just sort of there. And then I've also got our instructions manual, our instructions page, really. It's just got, you know, there's all the pretty straightforward instructions, and there's, you know, how you make the future fortress. And I notice, looking at it right now, there is no. Usually they put the instructions. This is where the stickers go, or they used to, didn't they? Seems like there should be instructions for where your stickers are supposed to go. But on the back they added a blueprint. Okay, here's the instruction where the stickers go. Okay, I missed that. They didn't rip us off on that. But they gave us, you know, different profiles of it, and the all our. Let you zoom in on this so you can pause and see what the numbers are supposed to mean. Get a good focus on it. There you go. But like I say, that's the Vector Jet and Maverick. So, thanks for watching. Come back on Monday. We'll do another week of them.